Alright, so we have Keeper 5.1, probability, randomness, and simulation. Alright, so basically we're looking at the law of large numbers, and we're saying, okay, well, what happens if I do something over and over and over again? Well, the outcome is what we call probability. So your probability is the outcome of doing whatever you're doing, rolling a dice, flipping a coin, whatever it is, but you're doing it over and over a whole bunch of times, several repetitions of it, to get your expected outcome. Your probability will always be a number between 0 and 1, so a decimal between 0 and 1. If it's 0, or the closer it is to 0, the closer that you're saying that it will probably not occur, versus if it's close to 1, the probability is that it will occur often. Alright, so we do have a couple myths about probability that I want to go ahead and throw this out to you, early on, so we can get that out of the way. First one is that we need to understand that probability is looking in the long term, so it's not in the short term. In other words, we can make predictions using probability based off of long term or long run situations. You don't want to do it a couple times and try to make predictions. If you're flipping a coin, your probability of getting heads is 50%. You'll see that happen. You'll see that 50% heads versus tails happen if you keep flipping over a whole bunch of times, not necessarily if you flip it once or twice. The second myth is the law of averages. The law of averages, basically, that people call the law of averages, is basically that after time something's bound to happen because it hasn't happened yet. That's not true. So flipping a coin, every time I flip the coin, the chance of me getting heads or a chance of me getting tails is 50%. It doesn't matter if I flipped 100 times and got tails 100 times. On the 101st time, I'm not more likely to get heads just because I got tails 100 times before it. It's not like my chances of getting heads are any better. So you just need to understand that, again, in the long term, you're bound to get this, pattern or this outcome, but it doesn't mean that because you haven't gotten it, you're more likely to get it later on. Alright, so to model probability, what we do is we create simulations. Basically, what we're going to do for our simulations, just like we did before, we're going to state, plan, do, and conclude. So we'll state the question, we'll plan it out how we're going to do it. We might use like a random digits table. We might say, we might do like 0 to 1 to 99 or something like that. We might use some type of app or anything like that. And then we'll actually do the simulation and we'll conclude our results. And that's it. We have a bunch of examples to do tomorrow, Monday in class. So just make sure you're ready for that. But the keeper was pretty short.